So here we are in mid-August. The temperature has been in the 30s for what feels like months, and it could continue for another couple of months. And so what we thought we'd do is do a video about keeping cool whilst you're here in Spain, but without resorting to turning the air conditioning on, running up huge costs. So welcome to this week's episode of 2 Minute Tuesday with Hondon Valley Homes, where we talk about, for at least the next couple of minutes, chilling out. Now, I'm going to fire through this list as quickly as possible. Of course, a lot of things you'll know, and some of them will be common sense, but there'll be a couple of interesting things in there as well. So let's not waste any further time. Let's get on with it. Now, number one is hydration. It's obviously drinking enough water. Keep yourself fully hydrated. Always have some water with you. It's really good if you can get hold of one of these reusable, sustainable bottles. This keeps the water cold for at least 12 hours, and then in the winter you can use it as thermos for your tea and coffee. And when you leave the house, it's phone, keys, wallet, and water at all times. Now, the next tip is keeping things like moisturizers and things like that in the fridge. Now, if you've got a cold moisturizer or a spray bottle with some water in it, with some orange juice or lemon just to keep it nice and fresh, and then you spray yourself with it, it's going to keep you really, really cool. It's going to help you lose some of the temperature. And if you do it in front of a fan, then the evaporation will help you rid yourself of the heat even quicker. On the topic of keeping things in the fridge, have a big watermelon in the fridge. It's obviously very, very tasty. If it's nice and cool, it's going to be refreshing, and the fact that it's water means it's going to hydrate you at the same time. So a big watermelon. Also keep things like, I really enjoy having really cold oranges in the fridge as well. Really refreshing at this time of year, and they're cheap and plentiful. Now, staying on the topic of food, eat lightly, eat healthily, eat often. Don't have a big meal, don't have a big heavy meal. Your body uses energy in order to digest, and energy is heat. So lots of salads, lots of light food, healthy food. It will pay dividends in keeping you cool during the summer months. Again, another really, really common sense thing is getting up early in the morning. For example, this morning it was about 10 degrees cooler in the morning than it will be at 2 o'clock this afternoon, which is generally between 2 and 4 the hottest time of the day. And so get all your chores done, get your cleaning done, get your exercising done, do it all during the cooler hours, and then chill out, slow down, do everything at a much slower pace during the heat of the day. Now, obviously long hair isn't something that I have to worry about, but I'm told if you do have long hair, have it tied up. Obviously get the cool air around your neck and whatever, and it'll pay dividends again. Now, remember that your body also has cooling points. These are areas where if you apply something cold to them, you're going to either have the benefit of cooling down or the impression that you're cooling down, and either way it still feels good. So on your wrists here, on the back of your knees, on your feet and ankles, the back of your neck, your forehead and your temples, have a hand towel or a hand cloth, get that wet and put it in the fridge, or put some ice in it, or put it onto these particular cool points, and believe me, it will genuinely cool you down. If you've got a cold drink and then just rest it against your wrist, again it'll give you the impression that it's cooling you and also help you. Now, we've all heard of hot water bottles, but what about a cold water bottle? Take your existing hot water bottle, take it out of its furry cover if it's got one, put some cold water in it, or keep it in the fridge with some cold water in it, take it to bed with you. Put it on your pillow, put it in the bed, it's just nice and cool, and it'll keep you nice and cool on the hottest of evenings, than when maybe the fan isn't going, or you don't want air conditioning on because it dries the air. Then a cold water bottle might just be the interesting one to try. Now, in Spain we have varying rates of electricity throughout the day, so we have cheap rate electricity at the weekends and at certain hours during the day. So if you are going to use things like air conditioning, then take advantage of those times. In the times that you're not, then become a heat management specialist. So when the sun is on a particular side of the building, put all your persianas down and your shutters down, because often the air coming into the house will be even warmer. So keep all the shutters down on that side, and then as the sun moves around, you can open them up and get fresh air back into the property. And finally, if all else fails and you have no other alternative and you're fortunate enough to have a swimming pool, then there's only one thing that you can possibly do. Really fell in.